with the wind blowing, the cave itself probably won't be blowing today. You know how in the summer when you are in a parking lot and you can see air radiate?
Oh, yeah.
You can actually see the waves in it. During the summer when there's a really high difference in the outside air temperature and the temperature inside of the cave, you can actually see air radiating coming in if you're facing the cave, it comes in on the left, being drawn into the cave. And on the right side of the cave is a small creek that runs through the cave and runs out and forms a waterfall. For one, it goes into another room that's got another chamber in there that the only way I know to get through it is crawl up through the waterfall, and it's not very big, and it's only about ankle deep in water. It fills that and then it flows out making the waterfall. But the air flows back out of the right side of the cave as a cold mist. And the hotter it is outside, the more you can see the effect. Especially if it's still. If the air is real still, wind tends to blow some of it away. Usually by now we'd be feeling like a 20-degree drop in temperature if it was the middle of summer.
Yeah.
You feel it long before you get it. See, now you're starting to feel it.
Yeah.
But usually you feel it further back if it's hotter.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. I don't know what the guy was doing. It looked like he was panning for gold, didn't he? Oh my gosh, you can't even hear the water. Usually you can hear water running through here. That whole area down through there, all them loose rocks there, all that's usually underwater, and it's flowing into a hole over here in the side. I hear the waterfall though. The sad part is people come in here and paint on the walls, and people dig a lot looking for Indian artifacts. As you can tell, we ain't had rain for 3 weeks too. Not only because the water table's low, but right here, these things right here, usually there's a cascade waterfall coming off of that. It's just like a sheet of water coming off of it that's 10 foot wide. When we go back out, look at this rock from the other side, it looks like a turtle or a frog. Yeah, it looks like it's got the face of a frog on it. Yeah, all these holes, some of them have been etched by dripping, but a lot of the big ones have been dug by people looking for Indian artifacts. They find them too sometimes. It's pretty cool to come in here in the evening, like when the sun's got about set, because that is the angle of the sun comes in and it reflects off the water. It actually reflects up onto the ceiling in the back of the cave and lights it up back there. That's a really pretty time to come in here. That and those 100-degree days, like I was talking about, because you can stand here and just see a mist flowing out on well, if I turn around this way, it's on the left, and you can see the radiated hot air being drawn in on this side, which is actually where it gets its name, because it's blowing air out all the time. It creates its own little weather system in here. You'd normally, in the summer, we'd be walking through a mist of fog right now, if we were just over that way a little bit. But yeah, I don't think y'all are really wanting to go back to the second waterfall. It's about 9/10 of a mile back past the furthest part that you can go while still standing upright. So, I mean, you're talking about crawling down and belly crawling to get to it. Spelunkers like to do that. There's gold. Hope them guys down there panning aren't thinking that's real gold. I hate to tell them this, but that's pyrite. So you can kind of see there's a mist back there now. The water has cut a deep channel into solid rock, which is neat. Then when you get in there, you can actually stand up, and it's a big round vertical shaft that the water has ate out. So you can stand up and not be under the waterfall, even though you're probably getting a little bit of a mist on you. And then if you're nervy enough, then stick your head under the waterfall to cool off. I think it's funny that them guys look like they were panning. I don't know of anything in here but pyrite. Iron ore, but iron ore really didn't have that much value anymore. They used to mine it throughout the whole area up here. And lime, but the big lime mines all around here, but I mean you gotta have a big operation to make lime pay off. I don't know what they're doing. Y'all want to make it down to the waterfall? It's fairly steep. There's some rocks, some ledges that have been worn basically into steps.